everyone. I was going to go live tonight in my private Facebook group for my 90-day challenge ladies, but I decided to hop on here and make a video so that everybody could have access to it, and that way you could all get some of the knowledge that I was going to share with my 90-day challenge ladies. So the topic that I want to cover today is on recovery. So not only post-workout recovery, so after your workout, but also long after your workout. So what should you be doing in your everyday life to maximize your recovery? So the first thing I want to start off with is post-workout recovery. So if your goal is fat loss or muscle gain, you should be doing some type of resistance training. And the reason why you want to be doing resistance training and not just cardio is because if you do resistance training, you will burn more calories overall in the next 24 hours, as opposed to cardio, you're only burning calories during that hour or 45 minutes that you're doing it. So resistance training causes you to burn more calories throughout the day, but also it will cause you to build more muscle, which causes you to burn more calories at rest, and it raises what's called your basal metabolic rate, which is how many calories you burn at rest without any exercise at all. So I just wanted to cover that real quick because I think that's important when talking about post-workout recovery. Second, weight loss doesn't happen in the gym. So I know you might think like the hour you spend in the gym every day, that's when you're losing weight, but it's what you're doing the other 23 hours that really makes the difference. So if you're going hard in the gym, you should be sweating after your workout. You should be tired after your workout. If you're not, then message me and let's get you set up with a better plan. But if you are, my question to you is, what are you doing to recover afterwards? So ever since I've been with 1st Phorm, which is a little over a year now, I have been using their post-workout stack. So I'm going to talk about that and why that is important and what it does for you. So if you're a typical person, you're working out, you finish your workout, you go home, you make yourself some chicken, some rice, some broccoli, healthy stuff, right? So you take that in, and it takes you about 30 minutes to cook it, and then you sit down, you eat it finally an hour after your workout. So you've already lost an hour here of recovery. Then after that, your body takes about 3 to 4 hours to break that food down, so you're losing out on another 3 to 4 hours of recovery. So that's a lot when you think about it. When you add up the numbers, that's almost half of the time you're losing out on recovery because your body takes a little bit longer to break that whole food down. So I always say that I don't recommend supplements in the place of food and natural things, but in the case of post-workout, supplements are best. And so when you take the post-workout stack, what is it made of? Number 1, it's made of the Formula 1 protein. Number 2, it's made of Ignition. Now, what are those two things and why do you need them? Well, number 1, Formula 1 is the protein, and it is a hydrolyzed whey, meaning that they take out the carbs, they take out the fats, and the reason they do that is because carbs and fats will slow down your digestion. So then right there, that's step number 1, speeding up recovery. Number 2, they break down the whey protein into tiny little pieces so that your body can digest it quicker. So this bypasses the whole breaking it down into small pieces so that your body can digest it, and it goes straight through. Bypasses your liver, which usually has to process things after you eat, and goes straight into your muscles for recovery. Because what happens when you're working out is you're not building muscle, you're breaking it down. And if you don't get in a good recovery period or a good post-workout meal, your body continues to break muscle down, and it's in what's called a catabolic state, which means muscle burning state. So your body's already in this catabolic state and it wants to restore what's called glycogen. Glycogen is the glucose or the sugars in your muscle that you store naturally. And if you're already dieting, you're already depleted of glycogen. Now you just worked out. So now you have almost nothing left. You are tired, you are sore, you are hungry. That is why it's so important to get this post-workout stack in. So number one, protein straight into your muscles for recovery. Number two, which is almost even more important than the protein, is ignition. Now what ignition is a broken down glucose. It is ready for your body to digest it. You take this in and it goes straight into your muscles and restores those glycogen stores so that your body can use the Formula One to start rebuilding the muscles. So what ignition does is it restores your glycogen levels in your muscles. It spikes your insulin so that your body can quickly digest that protein and get it into the muscles and start the recovery process immediately. So why the post-workout stack? Why is that so important? Well, the reason I trust the 1st Phorm post-workout stack is because they're one of the only companies that is regulated, and you know for sure that what it says on the label, that's what you're getting. There's nothing else on the market right now like it. And you can pick something up in the store and it says hydrolyzed whey, blah, blah, blah. But then you look at the label and there's carbs and there's fats and they process it differently. So after you've probably experienced after taking in some proteins that your stomach hurts. You're not gonna get that with the post-workout stack. It will make you feel recovered. It will make you feel energized after your workout. I mean, it's made the world of difference. If you look back at my pictures from a year ago before I started taking the post-workout stack, it is drastically different because I'm able to recover immediately after my workout. Now, after I take in the post-workout stack, about 45 minutes to an hour later, I do have a whole meal and it digests quickly, so you are hungry afterwards. But it's so important. This is the #1 recommended supplement I would recommend above anything else is the post-workout stack when you're trying to get results, because like I said, if you go straight to that chicken, rice, broccoli, you're missing out on about 4 hours of recovery. That's huge. And this is already broken down, easy for your body to digest, ready to go, ready to restore those glycogen stores. And another thing that your body does if you eat that chicken and broccoli right after your workout is your body, it really desperately wants to restore those glycogen stores. So it starts to break down the chicken and turn that into sugar, which you don't want that because then you're missing out on the protein from the chicken. So #1 recommended supplement is the Formula One in Ignition. And if you ever have questions about it, I'd be happy to answer them. But I'm a testament myself that this supplement is effective. I don't go any workout without taking it afterwards. I take 1 scoop of Formula One. This flavor is chocolate milkshake. It tastes like Swiss Miss. It's so good. And then I also take a 1/2 scoop of Ignition. So some people, they'll be like, oh, well, why can't I just have candy or gummy bears after my workout? That's glucose, that's sugar. Well, it is, but it's the wrong type of sugar. And also, Ignition is cheaper than gummy bears. This bottle right here is only $24.99 by itself, but when you pair it with the Formula One, it's only 20 bucks. And it lasts over a month, usually 2. So it is well worth the investment. So that's my high horse on the post-workout stack. Definitely recommend it. You can get it with free shipping with the link in my bio, or message me and I'd be happy to answer your questions. The second most important thing when it comes to recovery is sleep. That is the time that your body repairs itself, because that is the only time that you're not moving and that your body can repair itself. So #1, you need to make sure you're getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep. And if you don't have time, you need to make time, because you will not see results if you are not sleeping. What I do to help me sleep is I take the Core 21, and this is not a sleep aid. It's simply an herbal stress reducer. It reduces the cortisol levels in your body so that you can go into a restful, deep sleep, and you'll also wake up feeling lighter, and you won't feel as heavy or bloated in the morning, because this reducing the cortisol levels will help with your fat loss. I take it every night, and I wake up at 4 a.m. and I always feel rested. So I highly, highly recommend the Core 21. 1, if you struggle with getting deep sleep, and 2, if you're in a fat loss phase and you are trying to speed it up a little. So those 2 supplements are the best for recovery. Another thing I wanted to mention about the Ignition is that not only is this a broken down glucose, but also it contains a full spectrum multivitamin in it. So not only are you restoring your glycogen stores in your muscles, but you're also getting in some vitamins. So that's huge. It's such a good investment and so worth your time. So recovery, number 1, post-workout stack. Number 2, sleep. Number 3 is taking a rest day. Now, especially if you are on a high intensive training program like I am right now, my trainer has me on a very intensive muscle building program. After 3 days of, I do splits, so biceps back, chest tries, shoulders, legs. After 3 days of that in a row, I need a rest day. My body tells me you need to rest. And after I rest, I feel stronger. I look better. Because what happens is if you continue to go and go and go and go without rest, especially if you work a full-time job, have a family, and are doing all these other things, your body doesn't have time to slow down and repair itself. So you're robbing yourself of all that recovery time. You're gonna feel tired, depleted, hungry, sore all the time. So take a rest day, at least once a week. Let your body recover. You can do some light cardio to stay active, but try and not pick up the weights just at least 1 day a week and let your body to recover. So those are my top 3 recommendations for recovery. These are what I do personally, and it works for me. I've noticed huge differences in my physique since implementing these. As always, if you have questions, message me. I'm always here to help. But I really hope that this video was helpful. I am passionate about post-workout and recovery because I see so many people do it wrong. I see so many people go home after the gym and not eat anything, and you're robbing yourself of so much recovery time. So I recommend the post-workout stack to all my clients. It is the most important supplement next to the multivitamin and greens. So if you haven't tried it yet, you need to, and if you're local and you want a sample, let me know. But I'm always here to help, and I hope you found this video helpful. Have a great day.